Hello, welcome to my latest video. I'm just going to sort my camera out a bit, get it all locked on. I'm doing something slightly different, as you can see. The past few days I've been creating an underpainting, or a ground, as the base of my paintings. So I thought I'd try orange today, just to see what happens. I've used what do you call it, Van Dyke Brown the past couple of videos, so I thought I'd try orange just to see what the effect is like. There's my palette, messy thing. I'll only show it quickly because there'll be a lot of artists, they'll cringe when they see that. It's a bit of a mess, but it works for me. And of course this isn't a tutorial, it's just me painting and chatting as I go, so you can see how I work. So yeah, it's just basically orange painted on small canvas. Canvas is about, I think off the top of my head, 12 by 8 inches looking at it. So it's only dinky. And yeah, I'm going to, this time, for doing the sky, I'm going to start up here at the top. And hopefully, oh, it's not going on so well. I think it might have inadvertently put too much water in. But there we are, we'll see what happens. That's a bit more like it. So start at the top and work my way down, and hopefully the sky will become lighter as I get towards the horizon. That's the plan anyway. Just get that worked in. Yes, it's not going on terribly well. I wonder if it's because I put the orange on too thick. But we'll see. Titanium white going on over the Payne's grey. Yeah, it's not sparkling, but we'll plod on, see what happens. Thank you so much for your likes and your comments and everything else. It really does mean a lot. And don't forget, as well as YouTube, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram. Well, when it works, it's down today, but Twitter and WordPress and jonkid.co.uk. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, try a bit of ultramarine blue as well. Yeah, it's not going terribly well. I think. Yeah, I definitely went too thick with the orange. I ought to try the old oil painting technique of fat on lean. So you start with thin layers and gradually thicken as you go. But anyway, we'll see. We'll keep going, keep chipping away at it. Give it a gentle brush over, see what happens. Yeah, using Van Dyke Brown, it created quite a nice atmospheric sort of semi-tonalist feel to my paintings. So I thought I'd try orange. I've used orange before, for when I painted Church on a Hill. That had an orange ground to it a few weeks ago, which I've since sold, so it's gone well. But I didn't put the orange on as thick. I think I've gone a bit too over the top this time. interesting rock on the right, and on the left or it could be a group of trees on that horizon. But the trouble is the duplicates of one another. I have to get rid of one of them or both. So just put a bit of yellow on, a bit of light, a few highlights there going on. Yeah, I was laughing the other day about a funny story which I'd forgotten about till recently. I used to work in a kids' home years and years and years and years ago, about 20 years ago, and growing up I'd always had goldfish and tropical fish and all that sort of thing. So I liked to think that I knew about fish tanks and pumps and all that sort of thing and fish. And there was this one time, this lad at the kids' home, nice lad, can't remember his name. Oh yeah, the name's just come to me, but I'm not going to say it for confidentiality. I remember his name now. He wanted a fish tank, so he got all the proper stuff. Got this big fish tank, and he got a pump and bloody everything else. So I came on shift, and he asked me if I could install his pump. I said, yeah, no problem. I know about bloody fish tanks and pumps and all that sort of thing. Leave it with me. I'm your man. So he went out from this children's home. Went out, I don't know, bloody abseiling or canoeing or something like that for the day, and left me in capable hands to install his pump. So I went into the office downstairs. He said it was in the office, and I had a look around the office, and it wasn't immediately obvious. But then I spied a cardboard box on a shelf with pump written on it. I thought, yes, that's the beauty. So I grabbed hold of the cardboard box. It was only quite small, and it had obviously had the pump inside it. It was reasonably heavy, and tootled upstairs with this pump, which I had fitted many times before into fish tanks. And went into his room, and there his fish, quite happy in the tank, swimming away and doing whatever fish do. Just sorting my camera out again. And took the pump out of the box, and it was what you expect. It was a black box with a couple of nozzles poking out of it, and had an on and off switch. And thought I'd test it before I put it in the tank, and so I switched it on. It went and it rattled in my hand. I thought, bloody hell, that's a flaming powerful pump, that. I thought, it's a good one. It's obviously not cheap, so I turned it on again, just vibrating in my hand, and I lowered it into the tank. And I thought, bloody hell, that is powerful, because it was jetting. This great big jet of air and water around the tank, and the fish were trying to swim towards it, but kept propelling back to the end of this bloody tank. It's about 4 foot long, this tank. And I thought, and then the gravel was churning up, and all the muck from the gravel all churned up and everything. I thought, yeah, it's dead powerful, but it'll settle. I'll leave it for a few hours. It'll settle down. So yeah, one last check, and there were the fish trying to swim against the current of this bloody pump. I thought it'll be alright, so I shut the door, went downstairs, and just left it for the day. And the lad was still out. He was out for about 6 or 7 hours, and I was getting towards the end of my shift. And we had a staff handover, so my mate came in, and various other members of staff trickled in for a handover. And, went through the normal stuff. Such and such has gone out, and I've installed such and such's pump in his fish tank. And just after the handover, we're all still in the office, and my mate was looking around, and he said, "Has anyone seen my airbed pump?" And I thought, shit. So I figured I disappeared. I legged it out of the office, legged it up the stairs, and went in this lad's room, and I've never seen anything like it. Because the fish tank, there was just this vortex. It was like, I don't know, oh, what's that black and white movie, Ancient Greece, the god Poseidon sort of thing, churning up this great big whirlpool. And the fish were bombing round this bloody whirlpool created by this airbed pump. So, um, you know, if you wanted to, you could touch the gravel. It was dry where this vortex was going. So I put my hand in. I thought, flaming it, and put my hand in, and got out this bloody vibrating pump and switched it off. Dried it off as best I could. Pull it in the box. Put the lid on and legged it back downstairs, back into the office, and just slid it without anyone noticing, behind my back onto the shelf. And my mate was still rooting about. He goes, "Oh, there it is." And everyone was still in there, and he got it out of the box, switched it on. This 6 foot jet of water shot out of his bloody airbed pump. Oh god, it was funny. Yeah, but yeah, fish do scream. In the time of their lives. God, it was the funniest thing ever. Yeah, that lad came back and said, "Have you fitted my pump?" I said, "No, I've been too busy." Oh, it was proper whirlpool. Never seen out like it. Yeah. Anyway, this painting, it's yeah. I don't know. I've two minds whether to leave it like this or just carry on. I don't know. I definitely went a bit too over the top with that orange. Definitely need to make it thinner next time. That'll be for the next video. Yeah, I'll leave that rock there, I think. I don't know. Yeah, that yellow isn't bad. The orange ground seems to make the yellow and the light pump got pump stuck in my head again. Sort of jump out from the canvas. That seems to work. Just sort the camera out again. I like to make sure it's still in focus. So I've got my headphones on, listening to music and what have you, and I can't hear if my camera cuts out as it does sometimes. So I've got to keep checking it and checking it's still in focus because I can't hear the clicks and the whirs and the beeps that it makes. But yeah, the foreground's reasonable. Gonna sort out the sky. Just put some lines down as yellow, just see what happens. Yeah, that bloody airbed pump of his, it still worked. I don't know how. After 5 hours in a fish tank. Funny. Never forget the jet of water. I owned up to it. He was a good mate of mine. few details in, little highlights and things. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with the orange underpainting. It's quite a nice effect, but just too thick. That's a learning takeaway. To take away from this session for next time. That's what it's all about, is learning as you go and developing. It's all good practice. Yeah, my life's a catalogue of funny things that happened. Could write a bloody book about it. Yeah, we had some good times back then. Yeah, worked in a crisis intervention team. We were on good money. I'm more bloody money back then than I am now. And yeah, I used to get some right bloody stuff. Some funny times. Yeah, really tough times, really hard times, but lots of funny times because you had to have banter and a good laugh to get you through it. And yeah, we used to have some good fun. Yeah, we used to travel up and down the country a lot. That was the whole nature of crisis intervention. We'd be on standby and we'd go out and sort problems out in care homes and stuff, taking young people away from the situation that they're in, be it drugs or prostitution, you name it, crime, knife crime, and so on, family situations. And we'd been up to Scotland for some reason, and we came back. Yeah, it was Glasgow, that was it. And we come back from Glasgow. We're on our way back, right the way down the length of the M6 and everything. And for some reason, we quite often started singing, and we were singing, right the way down the M6. And it's mostly, if we've been to Scotland, it was the Proclaimers. So we were, the Scottish accents were doing their Proclaimers songs. Yeah, I can't sing, so I'm not going to do it. Yeah, I'm kind of going, when I wake up, I'm going to be the man who wakes up next to you, and all that stuff. There'll be two members of staff and whichever young person we had in the car. We were all singing it, the three of us. And little had I known, I had, I think, well, cut long story short, we got back to the office after a 5-hour drive and whatever, and the bloke who ran the crisis intervention team said, "You bunch of pillocks." I said, "What?" He said, "Well, one of you had sat on the mobile phone for hours, and it was phoning the office, my boss, and all he could hear was us for about 4 hours just singing the bloody Proclaimers and everything like that." Yeah, we used to have some good times doing that. Yeah, it's a pretty tough job. That's probably why I'm a bit crackers now, as it makes you ill. I did that for about 6 years, I should think. Yeah, you never knew quite what to expect. There was a bit of a jump there because my camera cut out a minute, but keep chipping away. It does often cut out. It's when it's been filming for too long. Yeah, I quite like that Payne's grey, excuse me, on the top right, but you still see the orange coming through when I'm trying to put white on. I think the pigment value is far stronger for the orange than it is the white, obviously. And yeah, I definitely need to go thinner next time with the underpainting. But yeah, keep chipping away at it. But hey, it's a painting. It'll do for now. Oh, excuse me, I'm tired. Yeah, been at work today, I'm bushed. But yeah, I can't grumble, only a part-timer. Huge respect and admiration for my colleagues who work full-time. Yeah, I used to be able to work full-time, but yeah, not anymore. Sort my camera out again. Whoops. Oh, got some white on as well. I don't know, I might have ruined it a bit. Oh, keep going. Keep going, keep going. Yeah, didn't clean my brush. Terrible habit. Well, excuse me, God, yawning again. Oh, Payne's grey. And a little bit of ultramarine blue as well, a bit of sap green just there on the left hand side. With, oh, there's my wife, hello. Domestic goddess there, who's getting the laundry out of the washing machine. Girl, keep that in. I do housework, don't get me wrong. Don't think I'm old fashioned. No, no. God, that's funny. She forgot her filming. She gave me a smile. It actually scared the crap out of me as well as I had headphones in. Yeah, keep chipping away at it. Yeah, my studio is basically the bloody laundry room. I'd love a big studio. If I had a bigger studio, I'd probably do oil painting. But at the moment, I haven't got the space to allow the oil paint to dry. There she is. There's the hand coming into shot again. She's twiddling the thermostat. Yeah, she's amazing, my wife. I really don't deserve her. Don't know how she puts up with me. Eccentricities. She lets me paint all the time. And she does works full time. I work part time and then paint the rest, but yeah, she lets me do it. She knows how much it means to me, how important painting is. Don't know where I'd be without painting. Yeah, I think we're nearly there with this. It's been a slog. It's been a bit of a battle. Nearly went wrong, but it's getting there. It'll do for me. Yeah, it's not perfect. It's a bit clumsy and erratic, but yeah, it's good practice. Yeah, very nearly there. Few cliffs could be. Yeah, finishing touches. Yeah, interesting. I don't know whether it's the orange ground, but it seemed to make the green greener and the yellow yellower. It's really made it pop and stand out, that foreground. But it must be the orange because it's exactly the same palette that I've been using over the weekend. Same colours, same mixture. So it's got to be the orange. I'll do more next time. I'll do the orange a lot thinner and see if it does it again because it's quite pleasing. I do quite like that. Those trees on the left, on the far left on the horizon are quite nice. It's very nice. I'm just going to add a bit more yellow. I mean, it could be trees. They're just purely by accident. Just waving my hairy stick about. Things seem to happen. Let's do some more stuff with the sky. It's just this part of the sky has just been a pain. It really has. But lesson learned. Some interesting lumps and bumps here as well, just on the right hand side there. It doesn't look too bad. Could easily be trees and things. Yeah, I think we are almost there. Let's try a bit of white. I don't know. I was going to try a bit of white, suggestion of a label. I think I'll just go over it. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, that thing, it has made a difference using that orange. Just a bit of, great big lump of paint from a palette. Schoolboy error. I'm still bloody learning. I've been painting seriously now every single day for about 15 months, so I'm still new, still learning all the time. Oh, excuse me. Oh, ready for bed. Work again tomorrow, then I can paint to my heart's content for 3 days, which should be nice. Do some more playing. Yeah, we're almost there. Oh, this is looking more like it. Much more like it now. I do like that. A little bit of depth in those clouds on the left. Yeah, it is better than it was. It's just been a trial just covering up that orange. Oh, little trees and things. Cliffs perhaps. Oh, buildings maybe. Yeah, it's turned, well, by my standards, it's been quite a long painting. I paint very quick, paint alla prima, and normally done in 20 minutes on a good day. But yeah, it's just over half an hour. And for a small piece like this, 12 by 8 inches, it is quite a long time. But I enjoyed it. Particularly if I can take something away from it, new learning experience. Yeah, it's looking not too bad. It'll do for me. Few finishing touches. Yeah, almost there. Oh, I just can't leave it alone. But I'm at that point where I think we're finished. Finally. Yeah, looks just about dandy. The job is a good one. So thank you so much for watching and bearing with me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.